Generic greetings! In the previous episode, we got a couple of things done. We sorted out this other cell block here, and this is the mirrored one from this side, so it did take a little while to do, but it means we can clone it over to these if we need to. We also managed to get the workshop completely done, which I was very surprised about. We also had a couple of murders, essentially, which is not good. I don't really think I need to point that out to yourself, but murder is not good. But the thing is, the problem we have is that I can't really find exactly who is a snitch before it happens. I mean, they're getting killed because they are, well, because the people who are in here are murderers. But also, the reason for these people to kill the other people, it's not just a random act of violence or anything like that. It is a case of them attacking certain prisoners because of the trait, and it's a snitch trait, essentially. And there's no real other way of me to find that. I can't really find out how to fix it. I mean, I don't know what the solution is, but I guess it's just going to keep on being vigilant and looking out to see exactly who turns up. Anyway, in this episode, what I want to do is, well, there's a couple of things I want to do. First thing what is that? Is that a... It is a door. Okay, staff door. What I'm doing is getting this building up and running, because this is where we're going to have more solitary as well as the workshop. Now, we don't need more solitary, but it is planned off, although I said don't need it. You can see this is about a third full already. But anyway, speeding up to max speed. And, yeah, what we're doing at the moment is just getting this building done, and then we can add more workshop, which means we can then train more and then also get more stuff out of the door, which should be good. Still receiving prisoners, which is fantastic. 101 prisoners at the moment, which that comprises of 27 minimum, 30 normal, and 25 maximum security. So what we'll do, we'll just go to the intake here and we'll change that to everybody. We can just receive anyone that we actually need to do, rather. Let's just go to our intelligence and then informants and just check to see if there's any traits they should be worried about. We've got a gang member there. I wonder why they're in that corner. It's because they're getting stuff thrown in, but I could manually search them, but it doesn't matter. We'll eventually find the things that they have brought in. Just looking around here, can't really see any traits that I should worry about, apart from that one, but it's already in there as well, so that's fine. We do have some decent coverage and not much suspicion on some of these people, so we're going to activate them and just see if we can find out anything more about the prison or anything planned and such. There you go. Look at all that stuff there. They're saying, you see all the popped up there? That's essentially them just going, yeah, I know where they've got the stuff hidden. Yeah. And that's also, that guy's also got, well, it's not a hit on them, but that just says, that's like, they're saying, oh yeah, by the way, you know that ex-law enforcement person? Yeah, they're in dangerous water. Yeah, I've sort of figured out, mate, to be completely honest with you. Anyway, what I'm going to do, brick wall here, I'm going to brick wall this up. So what we want to do is get the workshop and other such things, up quickly and get it sorted. We do need a large jail door at the back here. There we are. Right, so I did ask at the end of last episode, what do you want to do in terms up here? Like, do you want to either clone this over to this side or go on for the nursery and the common room? And most people said get the expand over here and just clone it over because it's not going to take too long. A couple of people said do the other one. But there was also, about the same amount, said why not both? And I thought, you know what? You're right. It's not going to take long to get these done, so we might as well do it. So that's exactly what we're going to do. What I want to do first is go to our grants and get carpentry apprenticeship, mainly for the money. In fact, only for the money. Then what I want to do, power station, capacitors, all the way around, like so. And then start running some cable. Now the problem is if we go to electrical cable, this is off grid, or this is on a separate grid, and this is on a separate grid. In order for me to do that, I need to cut the grid. So what I'll do, I will run this cable up and along, like so, to there. Obviously we'll need to run some stuff inside here as well. And then, once this is all done and it's at night time, I'll cut the grid and split this up so we can. So, there was also a ding-a-ling noise, which meant... no way, we've actually got 10 prisoners past the foundation education course. Oh my. That is... I think that's a first. That might be a first. General education qualification as well. 4 people are interested. This is fantastic. We might actually get that done at some point. We'll go to staff. No, deployment rather. Over to armed guards. We want to assign armed guards over there. We had an event which was essentially the one of the ministers or whoever, one of the religious leaders, riling up the populace, which is something we do not want, but we cannot avoid. It was just an event. So we've pretty much put a stop to that by putting armed guards around. So if they do want to kick off, then, well, yeah, good luck to them, really. And that hopefully has stopped a lot of the bad things that would happen. So let's just get all of the areas in here done. And what I'm doing here is getting solitary put in. I believe it's something like that. Yeah, it's exactly like that. Excellent. Right, so what I'm going to do, foundation building brick. I'm going to get a cell block done. Now, they said why not both, but I guess the reason why not both is because we may not have the money. So there's not really anything else to say in terms of changes. Like, I don't know what else we can really change. We've got all of the yards done. We haven't got the central sniper tower put in, but we don't need it. We do have more stuff planned off in the centre, but again, it's not really necessary. We can cancel that off now. There's nothing really to plan over there. I guess there's some flooring and such, but that's not really something we need to concern ourselves with at the moment. What I'm concerned with really is searching the prison, because we do want to catch a lot of the contraband that was mentioned, as well as make sure there's nobody escaping, because that's always something you want to check. We haven't put any flooring in, which is an issue. We should really get flooring put in at some point. So how are we going to do that? Well, we'll need a lot of money, so the best way is probably for the workshop to be done. But we'll see. Right, over to our quick build and over to cloning. And we're going to start cloning from the back. Like so. And this, again, will give us a nice chunk of change, because it means we increase our capacity, and thus we get more money, because we've got more people in the prison. And not only do we get a nice bit of money for them turning up, we also get money for them being here. Which is one of the advantages of doing a mixed prison, because you don't get a bad amount of money. I mean, nowhere near as much, you understand, as... oh, we're actually, speaking of money, we're out of the money. Nowhere near as much as, for example, a full high-risk prison, because you get, a grand for them turning up, and then you get a fair amount of change for them being there as well. Whereas if you do a low-risk prison, then you're going to get, I think that's like 200 for each, or something like that. So it's not a real big amount. Let me just lock open that door. We did put in this automatic door opener, and I know people have said, oh, you haven't actually done anything with it. Or, well, yes, that's because I only put it in right at the back end of the last episode. I also never planned on putting anything in just yet. I do plan on getting other door openers, but we haven't bothered yet. And there's not really a lot of places for the automatic door openers. These main cells, we can either keep them locked open or not. I don't really care. Having them locked open works anyway, so that's fine. However, it would be nice to have automatic door openers on there. We want automatic door openers on these things. And we'll want automatic door openers on this area here, where we've got the workshop. That's it. That's the only place that I can think of for the automatic door openers. The rest we don't need to bother with. I was going to actually mess around with a grid, and I forgot to do it. So I'll crack on now, I guess. So I need to go to probably that there. We'll probably do it. If I cut that out, And we got no more money. The reason we got no more money is because all of the guards have decided to go and get tasers. Yep. Yep, that's exactly what's happened. Hang on. Guard taser certification. We're going to stop the rest of that. We've got $5 now, so it means we can prioritise that. Get these put in. Look at all the stuff coming on the back of these lorries. Loads of it. It's because we've, you know, essentially made a full cell block in very short order. So that's what happens there. Right. So we need to plumb this in. We need to get this front bit done because we didn't have enough money when we cloned it. But I really want to get it on the other grid before anything else happens, because as you can see, we've got this power station running quite warm. So I'd rather fix that first. What we're like for exports, there is a way to see. Valuation. Stock and materials, no. Not showing there. Nothing there, so it must have been taken out, because we do have a lot of license plates, as you can see. A lot of people working as well. This is great. Ah, nice. Money. Money. Right, all this is now powered off, as you can see. And that's because we didn't want to connect the two grids up, because that makes a monumental bang and stops the entire prison. Actually, it doesn't stop it, but you don't really want to run a prison where there's no electricity. Although I believe there is a mod for that. I think there is a mod where it's like a I don't know what the name of it's called, but generally the theme is like low tech prisons. So like you don't use electricity, you don't have running water, and what you have instead is like water, like vats essentially, just like water butts, and then they connect it with like you have a couple of, you can only run the pipe like 5 squares to like 1 shower and things like that. It's like a camp mod sort of thing, which is a nice little interesting one. That's the thing about the game as well. It's really good for modding. You know, a lot of people have done a lot of good mods for it. Right, so we'll connect up the water boiler at the back here. Gonna run in our electrical cable and our large water pipe. I guess the answer to the question now is why not both, and the reason is because we don't have enough money for it. We are starting to get a nice bit of money, but we could also use the automatic door opener at the front there. We haven't got any road gates, which people have mentioned as well several times, but because we've got a double wall and security around here, we don't really need it. So I just haven't bothered with it. It just slows things down, especially when you haven't got automatic door openers. Got our intelligence and informants. Got a volatile prisoner turning up here. Just checking. Can't see any prisoners that I should really worry about. Got some fearless prisons. A lot of things to be arranged here. Some gang members. Yeah, nothing major. Go over to gang members. You can see we've still got 3 red gang members, 1 green. A lot of stolen things. Haven't yet done a full-on chat with these people, so it might be nice to have a little chat with all of them. Now they can eventually get snitch status as well, but to be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure how it works. Again, I mentioned this last episode that, you know, there's part of my education of the game is just totally missing in places because, well, one thing I did mention is that it might have been correct at the time and then changed because of patches and stuff, and I just haven't missed it. But like the snitches, if they were just like sitting around and then the guards come along suddenly and took them off, that was like a sure sign that they were a snitch, and then they would immediately get designated as one, which is obviously something that's quite bad. But here's the thing. Now it just seems you can activate them at pretty much any point, and as long as suspicion doesn't go quite high, you're okay. Doesn't look like there's any major things going up there. So there's a lot of pipe work getting placed in this place at the back, so that's fine. So we're going to run some water, like so, and which way? How do we connect that? We connect it like that, and then that one connected like that. Obviously hot water, same sort of deal. Oh, actually what we'll do before anything else, we'll demolish walls, like so. And while they're doing that, we'll do a shakedown because we haven't done one in quite some time. So very happy that the foundation, or the Reform Through Education Initiative, is almost completed. You can see 10 prisoners have passed the foundation education course. In fact, specifically, if we go to our programs, we can see, oh, hang on, tunnel, found a tunnel. Wow. I actually found a tunnel. First tunnel of the series so far, of this build. Surprising, actually. Surprised it took them this long. I'll sort that out in a moment. Specifically, general education qualification, no, that's not the one. Foundation education, 17 have passed. Well, I'm more than happy with that. I'm very happy with that. That's great. It shows you, I'm guessing, just how much of a bad thing the suppression effect can be. I mean, how many prisons have we done now and not got anywhere near completed? Bear in mind, you need 10. And in this prison alone, in the last prison was like a 3-month build. Expansion all the way around, biggest prison I've ever made. Probably one of the highest capacity, close to the highest capacity I've ever had. The most things I've ever put in, and we never got it done. This one, relatively small, medium map, but small prison. Almost done it. Because I said several episodes ago, let's move these armed guards away. We don't need them. We don't want them. Some unconscious people over there. I don't know why. Volatile, I'm guessing. I'm just looking for more traits. Can't see any better ones, or ones that I should be worried about. No water. Come on, plumb it in, please. Yeah, so making sure you don't have lots of armed guards wandering around is actually a good thing. So, who would have thought? Who would have thought? Me, because they pretty much said that from day one, that actually you don't really want armed guards wandering around all over the place because it is going to cause an issue. Oh well. Right, hot water. We haven't actually done this hot water stuff, so we will sort it out. Like I say, it might be slightly different from previously, but it doesn't really matter. As long as it's connected, I don't really care. There we go. Right. So we've got a carpentry apprenticeship program, which we're not going to get done because we don't have any carpentry tables. Don't even think we're going to bother with them, to be completely honest with you. Just doesn't seem like... doesn't seem viable, to be honest. I don't know where we would put them. I mean, we do have workshops in this place, as you can clearly see. 2 of, in fact, is the plan. But they're not very big, so I don't know exactly where we would put them. We do have to have a dog patrol going around on the outside. That's something that people have mentioned, although it's slightly different because we can't go this side. So we'll have to go from here, essentially, along, then over to about here. Is that about right? It's about there. There we are. Now, I could, if I want to, expand, put a dog on this side, but the chances of them tunneling around there are extremely slim. The only reason they would tunnel this side is if they were stupid, because they would have to tunnel from this one, ideal situation, there and then straight across, right? And that's obviously under pavements, it's under this. We've already got a dog patrol running from this corner, so we'll smell that anyway. Or they would then decide to tunnel through under this, which they just wouldn't do. They would want to go down this way and along, but they can't do that because there's water, and then that would flood the tunnel, which is bad. So they would then tunnel this way and then back this side, or they would tunnel along and then up, which means we would smell it from the way we're going here. So essentially, this is all fine. Go to concrete tiles, and I just want to put in some more concrete tiles in places because we should have put these in a long time ago. I was almost going to see if I could finish off the prison in this episode, but there's no way we're going to be able to do it. It's going to take too long, mainly because of the flooring. I haven't put any flooring in. It's going to be an episode just on bloody flooring alone. But yeah, it's so we won't be able to do. And the whole why not both get these done, I think we figured out why. We just don't have the necessaries. So let's go to workshop, and we will put in a workshop right in the center here. We'll go straight over to our objects and then metal detector. Put in metal detector first because I forgot last time, and then we will probably delete that. Go over to our benches. Oh, sorry, tables, isn't it? Tables. And then we need to just put in the tables all the way along. So there's a gap between every single one. Over to there. And then we will have saws and presses, I guess. So scroll in, saws and presses. What I'll do, I'll actually plan it first. So it is... Is it that? Is it just one off either side? It's two off the top, one off the left. Like that. I think it's that, innit? Seems about correct. But about correct doesn't cut it. It needs to be correct. And I think it is. Okay. So we've got 12 grand. So that should be enough for 4 of each. Which should connect all of them up now. Obviously this grid is fine. This is now running all the top bits here. Job done. So, 101 prisoners currently in the prison, of a maximum of 117, so it says, but obviously it's not strictly true. Shared capacity is 101, then we've got 4 protective custody, 12 parental capacity. Speaking of parents, how many do we have? Apparently none, or 1. Go down here. 1. We have 1 family member, apparently. Which is interesting. We had a lot previously, so I don't know why it's been reduced. But, you know what? That's okay. Go up with gangs. Still the same amount of gangs. Informants. Oh, the doctor's calling. We've been getting reports of sickness from a number of prisoners. It might be worth identifying, quarantining, and infect them to stop it. Oh dear, oh dear. Actually, let me just go remove tunnels. Remove tunnels because I haven't done it. Oh dear, oh dear. Right. The nightmare begins. There's another notebook page. So, going down to try and identify sick prisoners is a nightmare. It's a huge headache. Because you essentially have to look around and try to find a slightly green hue on some of the prisoners. And it's not that easy. And if you just miss one, or you don't have line of sight to them, then it will be all bad. And also sometimes they just don't go green. No. Not seeing any just yet, but we haven't got line of sight up the top. So, I've checked all of the prisoners, and I didn't see any. Which means nothing, because I could have missed them. And they could have the heads to your back like that. Or when you've got darker skinned prisoners, it's harder to see. Like, are they slightly greener? I don't know. So my solution is to completely ignore it. Not really a solution, just a choice. I can't really do much about it. Total infected prisoners is 3. If we go to intelligence, in informants, it is showing informants, but it's not showing people who are sick. There's no way to do that. There's no logistical tab that will tell me who are sick. Nothing in gangs. So I don't know. And we've got actually 6 gang members now. We've got 3 green and 3 red. Yeah, there's no way for me to really tell. I've actually got metal detectors on this. I forgot to put metal detectors in these. Doesn't really matter in the common room, to be honest with you. Actually, I think I made a big deal of saying we needed metal detectors in there, and I haven't bothered. Oh, well. Yeah, I can't see where these infected prisoners are. I say I've probably just missed them. I've probably just not seen them as they're going along. Why has that person got cuffs on? I have no idea. Oh well. Right. If I see them, I will immediately quarantine them. But the problem is that as soon as we hit the shower time, which is now... No, it's in an hour. As soon as we hit shower time, what will happen is they'll all go to the shower and then everybody will be infected. How many... Oh, we only have 2 doctors. Let's preemptively... Oh, I was going to say get 2, but I don't have enough money for 2. So I guess we'll just have the 1. So, valuation... Sell shares. That gives us another big chunk of change, which is good. We'll get another doctor. And then we will probably go to building brick and then put this one in here. And then this will be our last cell block of this build, unless we expand. That's not a bad amount of prisoners. Total infection is going up, as it naturally will do, because we're not actively treating it. If it's spotted, the doctors will go over and treat them, but you know, it's probably too late by then anyway. I think the last prison I did, we had, I think it was 80 odd prisoners infected, because I just missed 1. I locked them all but 1 up, and the rest did get infected, and it was a nightmare. But well, I thought it was going to be a nightmare. Actually, what happened was it was a minor inconvenience until the doctors went round and treated them all, and then it was just like, done. So what? Everybody's got the sniffles, and then it was resolved. So yeah, that happened. Right. So we're just gonna clone from here. I still don't understand why there's like a maximum size for the clone tool. At least it's been expanded. Like I think it was it was much smaller in the previous builds. Much smaller. So at least we can sort of build a big chunk now, rather than having to build like a, was it like a 5x5? I think it was the maximum size originally, which was crazy when you think about it. Didn't make the thing useless, but yeah, I didn't use it. I hardly use it now. We'll lock open. I hardly use it now, but that's not really any reason for that. I just prefer to build stuff manually, and also I do forget a lot of the time that it even exists, which is always an issue. Right, so we'll just finish off the back end of this, which will be we'll have to remove sections of it. I should really put a walkway. I should really put like tiles all the way along here, just so the dog walks faster. So I am. So I will, because I can. Now obviously I do need to put in sections here as well, so I'll put them in. And it's costing us a bit of money, but it's worth it because then we can look around. And did I actually? Yes, I did. I was just checking to make sure that I put in the windows and stuff on the other sides. I might as well do this just for sake of completeness. Don't need to because we never go here. But there's that corridor that goes to nowhere, and we can't even get out. So it is literally just you open that door, you go down the end, and then there's a bit of water, and then you come back. Maybe the guards can go fishing there when they're a little bit bored. Nice thought. So we've got how many prisoners now? 102. Obviously, we'll be receiving more with this. Quick look at the prison grading here. Rate offending rate is now 19%. Punishment's gone up. Reform's gone up a bit. Security has stayed the same, I believe, and health's gone down, I think. And you can sort of understand that, considering these now like 77 prisoners are sick, and you can see there's a lot of sickness. All there you go. Look, there's green. There's a green. Was it like Mia Wallace from Pulp Fiction? Oh my good grief! Right, well, apparently we've just turned the entire prison into orcs now. They're all green. Not the Tolkien orcs, the Tolkienian. Is that the term? There's not the Tolkien orcs, which are brown, but the other orcs. So well, Warhammer 40k, other assorted generic fantasy stroke science fiction stroke whatever that always have them green for some reason, which I'm not too sure why. But anyway, there's a lot of treatment going on, as you can see. Everyone's getting treated, which is good. They will need to all be done at some point. The speed at which the workmen are coming and going, it has actually slowed down, and the reason for that is there's a lot of exports. So they're taking the stuff from here. In fact, there you go. There you go. It just shows you that they're taking a lot of stuff from the workshop over to the exports, which is just fine with me because they're going to load this thing up. Oh, for some reason, they're loading. I don't like the idea of them loading garbage and stacks of items together. It's just like, what if they mess this up, or what if they're just saying that all these are useless? It doesn't work like that, but you know what I mean. Anyway, we're getting nice money from that. In fact, I can hardly see it, but look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stacks of license plates, plus what we've got in there, plus what we'll start producing in there. Actually, we won't produce anything in there because some idiot hadn't actually assigned anyone to the workshop, which now we've now resolved, errated that, which is good. Over to our programs, because we haven't really had a quick check. We're going to reschedule all just to make sure it's going. We've got 17 passed, which is a 94% pass rate. That's amazing. Kitchen safety and hygiene, several are interested. I'm just going to cancel one because nobody's actually going on that one, trying to pare this down a bit. Behavioural therapy 4 in the queue. We can't start anymore. Pharmacological treatment to drug addiction, we are just about the limit there. Alcohol group therapy is good. Paroles on the go. Spiritual guidance is on the go. Carpentry apprenticeship 5 interested. Not really any. There's not really much to do there. And then we'll start one of the guard taser certifications because there's still some guards without that. We still want to do this Reform Through Education initiative, which is the general education qualification. One person is actually assigned to that. It's very hard to see. So we zoom in and then you mouse over them, and we can see that it is Julia Henderson. So, since 25 years, multiple crimes including murder and manslaughter. Wow, okay. But they will have passed the workshop safety and the foundation education, actually. They found both. A recent misconduct is murder and stuff. So while she's not dabbling in a bit of the old ultra violence, she's going to class to learn different things. If that's what they're teaching her in that classroom, then we should probably start issuing some sort of ban on that. Yeah, can you do me a favour? What's that? Please don't teach them how to kill efficiently. Oh right, sorry, I was running the stabbing course. I thought that's what we were doing here. No, that's pretty much the opposite. We want to do the opposite of that here. We're not really down with that. That's not really a conversation you want to have with the teacher. It's like, you're fired. If that's what you're teaching, you're fired. Anyway, yes, there's a lot of things we need to finish off. Things like the staff room. It's very it's very basic. We've just pretty much put a couple of sofas in the drinks machine. We need to sort of flesh that out. There's not a lot of changes we have to make, but we do need to add more things. So we probably need to add. We may even need to add more cookers, although it doesn't seem to be the case. If we do add them, it's because we'll be expanding. We need to add a lot of flooring. We need to sort this visitation out. I do want to delete these visitor tables and put in the booths, although there has been people saying why. There's no reason to do that. The argument is that the reason you would want the more secure ones is because you want to stop contraband coming in the prison, which is perfectly understandable, and that's actually the main reason why they put them in, as far as I'm aware, because if you have the booths, you don't get physical contact, you can't pass things over, so you can't have a cake with a big knife in it or anything like that. But the problem is that you don't get a lot of these needs fulfilled. You do get some of the needs fulfilled, like the family needs, but not as much as the other one. Not as much as this one, right? But a lot of people's arguments in the comments is, well, yes, you're not getting contraband coming through visitation, which we've already found out previously, that we actually get a lot through that. A lot smuggled in, a lot brought in through visitation, but the majority of it is either nicked from inside the prison or flung in over the wall, which we cannot stop because of the design of it. So actually, you know what? It doesn't really matter. We might as well leave it as is. So that's probably what we're going to do. Right, small pipes, again, running some small piping around. And we need to just run it all the way along. Oh, cancel that one. Oh, crap, 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 crap. That's hot water. Ah, undo. Right, small pipes. I was going to say, hang on. This is wrong. These pipes seem a bit thicker than before. It's because we're running the wrong pipe work. Right, so connect these up. And then hot water pipe. Same deal. Run it down. I thought there was going to be some changes when it came to the hot water. I thought there was going to be a certain well, I guess it would be the temperature stuff. I thought there was going to be some changes. I know they said a couple of alphas ago in one of the videos that they were not really entirely happy. I think this is when they announced the 2.0. They said they weren't entirely happy with some of the implementations of certain things, including weather and temperature, that it did work, but it didn't really seem to fit entirely, and they wanted to change a couple of things around and whatnot, but I don't think I think they wanted to integrate it a little bit better. I think that's the terms they used, but I haven't touched it. It hasn't actually been changed as far as I can tell. Maybe it has been changed and I just haven't noticed. There's a high probability of that, to be honest. Right, there we go. There's another guard walking around. So we've got good patrols now, at least. 1, 2, 3, 4. We haven't actually got ones over there as well. Right, we'll go for intelligence, informants, and... Oh my good grief, how many gang members have we got? Oh, right, gang members are increasing here. 3 red, 3 green, 2 blue. But as far as I can tell, no leaders. Which is good. Right, so I'm just going to have a quick look around. Gang members, confidential informants, fearless, quick. I can't see anyone that is at risk, but what we'll probably do is we'll wait until the eat is finished, and then we'll do a little bit of a chat. We'll have a chat with some of these people and see if we can find anyone. Because there's some traits that we don't know about. Most of them we know about, but we'll have a chat, and then anyone that's at risk, it will sort of highlight and such. But I think we will leave it there. Not bad. I did want to get these planned here, but it takes actually a lot longer to get these other sections done than I originally sort of thought. So a shame about that, but you know, it is what it is. We do want to get... Oh, someone ODing over there. We do want to get the floor put in. We want to get this workshop finished. We want to get the solitary done. We want to get nursery, the common room, all the little changes that I mentioned earlier, like in the storeroom, sorry, the staff room, and just around about the place in general. So there's still actually a little bit ways to go. Now, what I'm probably going to do is next episode, I think we should probably be able to get done these 2 rooms here, and hopefully these pretty much get it done. I think next episode we'll probably get it done. Maybe bar the flooring. We might not get that done, but I think we'll be able to get most of it done. And the question is whether we want to expand from there, but I will ask a bit more next episode. Either way, I'll take that vote next episode. I think for the time being, we are progressing on quite nicely. Why is that wall not there? It is ordered, but it's just taking quite some time. Either way, progressing on quite nicely. It's starting to make a bit of money now because of the amount of prisoners that we have, as well as obviously the exports as well. That's really helped us out. Still a long ways to go, but as always, comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.